Welcome back. We're now in South Africa, where President Ramaphosa, addressed the nation on the Freedom Day speech. What were the major highlights of the speech, and how are economists making sense of it? Trinity Nkube, an economist in South Africa, joins us now for more. Hello, Trinity. Good afternoon.
Hello, it's great to be here again.
Thank you. Well, yesterday, the president addressed the nation during the Freedom Day celebrations. He spoke on different challenges, including unemployment and poverty. What stood out the most for you regarding these issues?
I think this time around, there's a different tone around who's responsible for getting these problems around, getting around these problems. I think the key message here is the answer is within us. We should search within the country to see how we can get out of these issues. These have been long-running issues for decades. So there is a recognition that we need to be able to find our own solutions and not wait for the outside world to fix things for us.
The president also spoke on the future plans for the country. What did he say, and are those plans realistic?
Well, we're in a very tough situation. But again, as you know how I approach things, I'm very optimistic. I think there's a bit of taking of a responsibility among us. So I'm very optimistic in terms of if everybody comes to the table. Yes, some of the plans are over ambitious if one is looking from the outside. But I think it's always been a lack of political willingness. So there is a bit of willingness among people that we can't keep on doing things this way. So so let's see how it pans out, and that's if everybody comes to the table.
So let's talk about inflation now. Data from Statistics South Africa shows that the figure rose to 3.2% in March from 2.9% in February. How hard is this biting South Africans?
I wouldn't panic as yet. It's within the 3 to 6% inflation target that is used by the central bank. However, we must pay attention to how inflation hits the lower income families. So we're looking at a slight change in basics like food items and so forth, even transport. We're looking at a liter of petrol going for over 17 rand, which is unheard of. So of course, this is a very tough time for the lower income and middle income families who are really struggling to make ends meet. So at the moment, it doesn't impact us. Over the long term, we'll see how this all play out in the whole inflationary process. But at the end of the day, yes, it's tough times for everyone, particularly the lower to middle income people.
Okay, so what were the drivers of this inflation figure?
So as you may think about, the whole inflationary process is triggered by oil prices. So the petrol price has gone up after a very long time. During the first lockdown, petrol I think was under 14 rand a liter. So that 3 rand jump to 17 rand something has really triggered the inflationary process, because everything within the production cycle pretty much goes up. By the time it gets to the end consumer, we are looking at almost everything on the shelf going up in prices. And at some administered prices, you would find some of the producers actually go on and put up prices when things calm down a little bit. Even then the petrol goes down, you see they don't adjust the prices down, which is very suspect. But this is what we're dealing with. When looking at producers, they rush to obviously put up prices. So that whole inflationary process keeps going up. And of course, it started with the oil.
Okay, so the month of April is coming to an end. The May is upon us. What's your outlook for the economy for the month of May?
Looking at everything, I mean, the economy has kind of opened up a little bit. So there's a bit of an improvement on the economic outlook. We are not out of the woods yet, because for us to get to the point where we were before the lockdown, I don't think we'll ever be able to get there, although we were already in a bad state. So when we're looking at where we're going, we're looking at one day at a time. Things are improving. But for us to get to pre-COVID economic climate, it's going to take quite a lot of work.
So what's the past situation there, just before we let you go? What's the past situation now in South Africa?
At the moment, it's stable. Here we look at everything week by week or day by day. It could be a great day now, and then all of a sudden, we're back to zero, to square one. So
Well,
yes, I mean, we will hope that things will be stable for at least the next couple of weeks as we stop into winter.
well, we sure hope with you that it gets better. Thank you so much, Trinity Nkube, an economist in South Africa, for sharing your thoughts with us on the program.
Thank you again for having me.
Yeah.